Hi, welcome back to the pond. I'm Scott Wyman, Training and Technology Coordinator here at Central Texas College. And this is Eagle Self-Service Time Entry Revised. We're going to start this process by going to the Faculty and Staff webpage. From the Faculty and Staff webpage, you hover your mouse over the Logins menu, slide down to Eagle Self-Service and click that link. From here, you're going to enter your username, which is a lowercase c, and then your CTC ID number. And then you'll go down to the password field and enter your password. If you previously logged into WebAdvisor, your password is going to be the same. If you've never logged into WebAdvisor and you're new to Eagle Self-Service, then your default password is going to be your first initial and your last initial, lowercase, followed by your 6-digit date of birth. That's 2-digit month, 2-digit day, and 2-digit year for a total of 6. Okay? 6-digit date of birth. Then you're going to click the sign in button. Here we are in Eagle Self-Service, the Eagle Self-Service homepage. To get to your time entry, what you would need to do is click on the employee link, and that will take you to the employee menu. Now, if you don't want to have to click that employee menu every time, you can come up here to your ID number, click on that to get your account preferences. Click on Account Preferences, and here you want to set your default landing page. Click this drop down and select Employee Overview. Then don't forget you must click the Save button. Now the next time you log in, it will take you directly to the Employee Overview, which is this page. So the Employee Overview page has your tax information, banking information. It gives you your time entry link along with your earnings statement, leave balance, time history, things of that nature. We're going to focus on time entry for this video. So I'm going to click the time entry link. And it takes you into, well, this one is for a Texas hourly employee. Yours may be different, but it's going to give you a list of pay periods. Okay, there's 9/1 to 9/3, that's a week. Here's 9/4 to 9/10, that's another week. Here's 9/11 to 9/15. So that's a complete pay period right there. You're going to have to fill in time for 3 weeks for 9/1 to 9/15. We're in the second half of September, according to what I see here. So here's the first week of the second half, 9/16 to 9/17. Then we have the second week, 9/18 to 9/24. And then the third week of this pay period is 9/25 to 9/30. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the week that you want to enter time for. So I'll click on 9/16 to 9/17. And here you can see that time has been entered for this pay period, Monday the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. These were previous pay period. Okay, so you can't do anything with those fields. When you hover your mouse over it, you get the little no symbol. But here are the first 2 days for this pay period. This top line where it shows work schedule is simply that. Those are the hours that you're scheduled to work according to colleague. So you have two choices at this point. You can either manually enter your hours in these two fields, or if it's simply these hours and there's no changes to be made, you can come over here and you can click this apply button. And what that'll do is that'll bring those work schedule hours down into for this individual administrative hours. Again, yours may not say administrative. It may say some other position. It depends on where your money comes from in colleague. This individual gets their money out of an account called administrative. So that brings these 13 hours from the work schedule down to the administrative hours. So these are the hours actually worked right here. And that gives this person a total of 40 hours for the week. Even though only two of those days fall within this pay period. Okay? So you can come down here and you can look position total hours. Again, follow it right across for the hours worked for this week. 2 of those days fall in this pay period for a total of 40 hours this week. Okay? Once you've got that done and there's no changes to be made, then you come over to the left side on the bottom and you click this Submit for Approval button. And that then moves it from the employee to the supervisor for approval. So now I have to go in and enter time for the second week of the pay period. Because remember, there are three weeks in this pay period, right? We saw that in the previous screens. So to get to the next week, up here at the top where it shows the week, you click this right pointing chevron button or right arrow button. And that'll take you to the next week of the pay period. So here you can see it's 9/18 to 9/24. Again, across the top shows the hours that are scheduled. To move those hours down to the actually worked or the actual worked hours, you click the apply button. And all that means is you're applying the work scheduled hours to the hours actually worked. Okay? Now, let's say this individual didn't actually work 9 hours this day. Maybe they left it, shortly after lunch to go to a doctor's appointment or something. Then they need to change this to the hours actually worked. Okay? So, I said they left at 1:30. So then they actually worked 5 hours. And then we'll come down here and we're going to click this additional time button. And then we choose the earning type by clicking this down arrow. And since this was for a doctor's appointment, we're going to select sick time. And it adds another row of fields for you to enter time in. So you don't need to put zeros in the fields that were 0 hours. All you have to do is enter the hours in the correct field for the sick time taken. So here on Monday the 20th, they worked 5 hours. That means they were gone the rest of the afternoon, so they take 4 hours of sick time. Okay? And maybe they took Friday as a vacation day. So we're going to delete those hours. We'll come over here to the additional time button again. Select the earn type, which is going to be vacation. And again, it adds another line of fields for you to enter the vacation time. And you only put in the hours taken for vacation. So we'll put those 4 hours in here. So you can see the administrative time worked was 32 hours. They took 4 hours of sick time and 4 hours of vacation time for a total of 40 hours worked that week. And it gives you the breakdown down here at the very bottom. Daily hours, they worked 32 regular hours and 8 additional hours. So you always want to make sure that this time sheet matches a leave form. If they submit this time sheet with additional time, then it should be accompanied by a leave form in eTrieve. If you get a leave form in eTrieve first, make sure the time on that leave form matches these time sheets before you approve it. All right? Okay, so that week is done. Let's move on to the next week. So we come up here to the top, we click this right pointing chevron button again to navigate to the next week of the pay period. And here you can see again, it's almost a full week. It's not quite. Okay, we're going to work all the way up until Friday for this one. So again, Friday is on here, Friday, October 1st, but that field is grayed out. And when I hover my mouse over it, I get that little no symbol, so I cannot enter hours for the 4th, even though it's scheduled. Again, because they're scheduled to work 40 hours that week, doesn't mean they all fall within that pay period. So again, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to click the apply button to bring those scheduled hours down into my actual work hours. So I have 9, 9, 9, and 9. Maybe there was some overtime that they had to put in this week. So instead of 9 hours this day, maybe they worked 11 hours. So you select what's in that field and you enter the new time. And maybe they worked a couple extra hours on this day. So you select the time, you enter the new time. And then here again on Thursday, they worked additional hours, so we'll select the time that's in there and we'll enter a new time. So that means they worked overtime. Okay, so we have, instead of 40 hours, which was scheduled, we have 41 hours actually worked. So down here at the bottom, you'll see that it shows the daily hours. Their daily hours were 41 hours. Again, that's how many hours they worked that week, not scheduled for, but worked. And you can see there are 40 hours for regular hours and then 1 hour for overtime. Overtime must always be approved by your supervisor. You can't just work extra hours, throw it on your timesheet. It has to be approved by your supervisor. So there is the timesheet for this final week. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to submit that one for approval by clicking the Submit button. All right, so that one's there. And look, so let's go back and review. So this is the 3rd week of the pay period. That one looks good. We're going to go back a week and we're going to take a look at this one. And again, there's our sick time, our vacation time. Oh, looky there, we forgot to submit this one for approval. So this is why you should always go back and review. So we're going to submit this one for approval. And then we'll go back and we'll check the 1st week. And we'll oh, that one's already submitted. So this one's good. This one's good. And this one's good. Now, suppose you realize that this 10 hours should be 11 hours, like these other two. Okay? You missed an hour. Not to worry, because you have the power right down here at the bottom where your submit button was, now has a return time card to edit. So as long as that timesheet has not been approved by the supervisor, you can still bring it back by clicking this return time card to edit. And you'll see it shows success up here. It's been returned. Now when I hover over and select these hours, I can, right? Because it's been returned and I can enter the actual hours. Come down to the bottom and check. 42 hours actually worked, 40 hours of regular time, 2 hours of overtime. Now we submit that for approval. Easy stuff. Easy stuff. So, if you have any questions on this, on entering your time, feel free to give me a call. I'll put my phone number right up here. If you'd rather email me, you can email me. I'll put my email address right up here. Or if you're on Jabber, feel free to jabber me. Okay? All right, so I think that pretty much does it. Again, if you want to change the page that you land on when you log in, you're going to come up to your ID number, go to Account Preferences, and change your default landing page to Employee Overview. And you must save that in order for it to work. Okay? All right. Well, I appreciate you being here. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. We'll talk to you later.